Jerry, a lot to cram in that final game of the season, an absolute thriller, and to come up from 2 goals down against a side as top as Oxford City is some achievement.
Yes, exactly what we were looking for, really. We wanted a really good performance. Of course, we wanted to win the game, but I have to say that's a some side we've played there. That's Oxford City, they moved the ball really well. Ross coaches them really well, chatting to him before the game. Lots of rotations, really difficult. We couldn't, if I'm being honest, we score early and it's a fantastic goal. You know, Bally wins a header. It's a lovely link play between Cody and Ben. Gets Fletch in, and then Fletch at the moment looks like he's going to score every time he's in. It's a real accomplished finish under a little bit of pressure. But then they get on top and we find it really difficult. We're getting overloaded in the middle of the pitch. So lots of discussions then. And obviously after the half-time, we tried to change things a little bit. And the major change really came when we went 3 at the back. And we said to our centre-backs, almost go into midfield and be aggressive. We told wing-back to go against wing-back and almost go man for man. And it was going to feel really uncomfortable. You're getting pulled out of position. But it's the only way to play against that type of team. So good at it. And then, of course, they go 3-1 up and you think it's gone, the game's gone. But again, wonderful character, good resilience. The goals we scored, I'll talk about our goals. As I said, the first one's a great finish. The second one, again, a nice diving header. What a cross from Elliot Frey, was it, who put that one in?
Yeah, under a lot of pressure as well.
Yeah.
That'd be in touch with that.
Fantastic finish from Alex. And then lovely for Tom Richards as well. Great movement across the near post. Nice little touch. And in the end, it's a 3-3. Fans have gone away feeling really happy about it. We've entertained. That's a massive part of it. Over 1,400 at Twerton Park. And we're on an unbeaten run now of 5 games. I think that's 11 points in it from the 5 games. So that's promotion form. We finished really, really strong and got the job done.
The goals from Alex Fletcher recently, Cody Cook throughout the season, I think 39 between them in all competitions. Alex Fletcher's got an incredible scoring record here at Twerton Park. Has been really important in this campaign.
Been brilliant. And I said a few weeks ago, it probably gets lost because we've had a difficult time. But I don't want to talk about that anymore. We're finishing with momentum. We're finishing the ascendancy. We're finishing with some players in really good form as well, I have to say that. I can't be too clouded because obviously I've got to look forward now to next season. I understand that we can't just take this period in isolation. We've got to look at the mistakes we've made pre-season, during our recruitment, some of the games we've played in, some of the team selections I've made, some of the players. And that's the nature of the beast. That's what's going to happen at the football club. But those two have been a revelation. You know, Fletch is now on 19 goals in all competitions, Cody Cook in 20. And those two, you know, one's come from underneath. So he came from Tiverton and needed to be challenged, and I felt as if he'd have an effect. I didn't think he'd score that many goals, if I'm being honest, but he's been brilliant. His work ethic, his attitude, Alex, is just exemplary, honestly. The amount of running he does in a game, you know, he covers well over 12k every game. And in Cody Cook, a talisman at the top, he does a bit of both, wants to drop in as like a Kane role, scores goals, good in the air. And don't forget, Cody was at St Mirren and he came away and he wasn't prolific up there, but he was challenged at a really tough level. Went to Weymouth and had a difficult time at Weymouth. But what I'm seeing now is the Cody Cook I saw at Truro many years ago. In fact, he was playing in a wide position coming off the left. But he's had a great time here at Bath. And alongside some others, you know, those stand out because of the goals. But certainly over the last 6 or 7 weeks, been some absolutely massive performances from individuals, which means the collective have got some great results.
The season as a whole, of course, concluding today. We've got the Somerset Premier Cup final on Tuesday, of course. How can you analyse it, or what's been the main positives, negatives throughout it? What will you remember this season for?
Yeah, I remember it for a massive learning curve for us all, really, as a football club. For myself as a manager, I said on record before, I'll learn more out of this than the 2 playoff finishes. We've learned how to find a way, how to win. Sometimes you don't need to be attractive on the eye. I'll learn a bit about my recruitment, what we need. I think I understand what we need. As I said, those 2 playoff finishes, we had certain characters, certain technical players. We need a bigger squad. Let's not hide away from that, because today, as an example today, we've only got 2 on the bench. And that's really been the story of our season, certainly off the back of Christmas. You know, coming away from Chippenham, being only 4 points off the playoffs in a strong position and losing so many bodies really affected us. So we understand that, and we've got to work that into a budget somehow. And there's been some good signings, and then there's been some that's not been quite so good. So there's been players here that have put in great shifts over my 4.5 years. And I've got to sit down with all these individuals. That's the toughest bit. There'll be some easy conversation, but there'll be some tough conversations. Hopefully everyone's respectful, because the football club moves on, always does. I'm just grateful that they put ourselves in a position. I want to thank the players on record for their efforts. It's been absolutely huge, and everyone around as well. I said it in my programme notes. There's too many people to mention. Many volunteers, you guys, the amazing work you do, and today I think it's shown again what a wonderful club we got here at Bath City Football Club. My City, My Shirt exhibition down there is a bit of class. You won't see anything like that up and down the country at non-league. The amount of youngsters here, more and more I'm seeing many youngsters at our game. And as I said, they've seen a game of football which everyone's really enjoyed. And I enjoyed that today. I really enjoyed watching it. So yeah, it's on to Tuesday first. I'm not quite going to focus on next season yet. But as a whole, we haven't finished too far away from a playoff finish. If you look at those games, as I said to you before, there's a lot of games we've left out there and we should have got points. But we know we're not in a position we want to be. So it'll be hard work throughout the summer. Recruitment started 5 or 6 weeks ago. Database is built. It's now picking the right ones. Go and watch games all right at the playoffs. And then wait for all the players to be released as well from League Two and National League. And then we'll build a squad and look forward to a summer. I feel energised for it. I know it's been a long season, but I've got loads of energy for it. And I want to thank the fans lastly because they've turned up in their numbers. I think it's the highest average attendance since the 70s, you tell me. So that's huge again. So a massive thank you to everyone for their support and help. And let's try and improve and let's do better this time out next year.
Is it imperative to have a bigger squad next year because it's going to be 46 league? I think the minimum we can play is 49. We're going to play 49 this season whilst playing the Somerset Premier Cup final, and all those extra matches are going to make a huge difference. Yeah,
and there's going to be hopefully cup runs in it. We want to have a FA Cup run. I haven't done that yet, so that's another target we want to do. And like I say, there's 24 teams in, so it's going to be Saturday, Tuesday. That in itself is a challenge from the start of the season. If we're going to do that, for players to go Saturday, Tuesday is huge. You're going to need a squad. And that's our main focus. But I'm not going to go and get numbers for the sake of it. We want quality. So when the environment understands that sometimes you're going to be sat in the stand, and that's my board, that's me, that's players, everyone understands that there'll be paid players sat in the stand. Well, the following week they may not. And players have to understand that as well. It might not be their time this week, but the following week it may be. And we need to build that culture and that environment to ensure that everyone gets disappointed when they're not playing, but doesn't get despondent. And it's important we have that winning culture, that winning mentality. We found that suddenly. We've got that. We know what it looks like. And it's important we carry that through into pre-season and build for a new season.
Of course, we finished with the Somerset Premier Cup final on Tuesday. I know there's a bit of focus on it, actually, because you want to go out there and win a final. You want to win the season on a high.
Without a shadow of doubt, yeah. And it's against Yeovil, Mark, so don't forget that. So as I said, back in the day, that was a huge rivalry when I was playing here. And I know I got my move from here to Yeovil, and I know a lot of people don't thank me for that, but it's a wonderful club down there as well. It's a club that I've got a lot of fond memories from my time down there, so I'm going to enjoy it first and foremost. But we're going to go there to win. I've spoken to a lot of fans before the game here. A lot of people are going down to watch that game. Let's make it an occasion where we want to be competitive. It's no good going to a cup final if you don't win it. So we're going to give it everything we possibly got to go and win that game down there, and hopefully some good backing behind us. The last thing from me, and I forgot last week, I want to thank Hakan Harete. I want to say well done to Hakan Harete, a good friend of mine at Maidstone. Wonderful achievement and getting promoted. I think they were the standout team in regards of consistency, being able to win games, the know-how, the nous, a good squad he built there as well. So congratulations to Hack and his team down at Maidstone. And obviously we'll go and watch all the playoff games. There's some really good teams in there. There's some competitive games that we're going to look forward to watching. And we'll see who makes it through the playoffs. But for us, as I said, our focus will be next season and in a really strong league as well.
Well, thank you for overseeing the thrills and spills of their 2021-22 campaign. We'll see you back on Tuesday and then for the league season in a couple of months' time.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Mark. Thanks for everything. Cheers, mate.